Hello everyone, welcome back to Luna the Book Moth. This is chapter 18 of Mornstar the Maiden Voyage. Before we begin, if you like what you hear, please do consider liking and subscribing and clicking the bell icon if you would like to know when I upload my next video. Without further ado, let us begin. Chapter 18. The tunnel was dark and familiar. Dawn saw the ghostly figure of her father leading her down the passage as she remembered back centuries. "Are you loyal to me?" "I would do anything." Words of fools. This is where it all began. Dylan saw that Dawn was wary, but he found it interesting that she didn't seem afraid of the dark. Not a single lit torch adorned the hall, but Dawn continued leading them through the maze of cobble passages. "Dawn?" "We are almost to the heart chamber." That's not what he was asking. A stairway led further into the darkness. It was the same staircase that her father had led her down. She was filled with spite. This was the grave of her people, yet she didn't seem to care. Nobody would ever care. "Dawn?" She ignored his query and continued onward. "Dawn?" She walked along the deepest tunnels, stopping at each alcove of the adjoining tunnels to watch for the heart's glow. It was so dark. "Dawn! What is it, Dylan?" she shouted. Dylan shrunk back before answering her. "There's a big room here. It has traces of curse magic." "What? How do you know?" "My mark is glowing. It's faint, but..." Dawn ran down the hall to where Dylan was and plunged into the room, a room that continued to plague her existence. "Where is it? Where is it?" she shouted as she flitted about the room. It was empty. The heart was gone. "Where? Why did you do this to me?" She sat in the center of the room and began to cry. Dylan went and sat down beside her. Arumi mewed and curled around her legs. Sari began to lick her ear. Dawn's crying went on for a long while before subsiding. Dylan realized it was the only time she had ever truly wept. She didn't cry if she was afraid or angry, only when she felt sad or was hurt terribly. Dawn's tears had diminished, so she continued with gasping. She buried her head in Dylan's shoulder. After a while, she was better and began to speak again. "I haven't told you the whole story, have I?" "What story?" "My story." She looked straight into his eyes. Her eyes had stars captive inside them, yet they did not seem to belong. "My name is not Dawn. The name I was given in Starly when I was born was Mornstar. Morn meaning new beginning, and Star meaning a member of the royal family. My true name is Princess Mornstar," she said soothingly. "You're a princess?" "You're a princess? Why didn't you tell me sooner?" Dylan asked. "I didn't want to seem too different in a different place. I didn't want you to treat me like I was an outcast, like I wasn't wanted, like everyone on Polaris." "You weren't wanted?" "No. Nobody was even nice to me besides the helmsman. My father wanted a son, but instead he got a daughter. He didn't do anything while my mother was alive. She loved me. But after that, he began doing terrible things to me. Everyone made fun of me because my father didn't want me." "That's so sad." "Yes. He had another name when he was born, but it was changed to King Mornstar. Mar meaning war, and Star meaning ruler. He was a tyrant. He killed everyone on Polaris by fusing me with the heart, so it would do what he wanted. It hurt. It still hurts. He used me to kill everybody." Her eyes were wide open, and she began to cry again as she remembered that awful day. Dylan could see the terror that had been hiding in her eyes since he first met her. Who could tell at a glance that this beautiful girl, strong as a hurricane, was dominated by an unshakable fear? He squeezed her gently. "Don't worry. It's over now. It's going to be okay." They sat in the darkness of the dead Polaris wreckage. They sat there until Dawn had put the matter aside and was ready to leave. "There is nothing left of this place. The heart is gone. Without it, Polaris is no more. It is over. She stood up and wiped her eyes with her hand. Her eyes shone, not with hopelessness, but with sheer determination. As they followed the maze of tunnels back to the surface, Dawn asked a simple question. I told you to go back if the journey was too dangerous. You promised me that, but I want to know why. Will you tell me? I broke that promise. I'm really sorry, Dawn. I didn't mean to. It's all right. It was an unnecessary promise. I just didn't want you getting hurt. You broke it because you had your own pain to take care of. I just didn't see it. Yeah, well, I promise because I saw someone to protect. I felt I needed to redeem myself, to drown out the feelings of failing to protect someone. I felt weak, worthless, like my whole life depended on protecting my family. Now I know that whatever happened, and whatever happens now, it's not my fault. I have more than that to me. I have another purpose. And what is that? To help you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. I was so wrapped up in my own mission, my own purpose, that I didn't even notice how much you were hurting. I'm sorry. That's okay. Well, what about the other promise? The one you made me promise when I was in the cursed tomb? Cursed tomb? What cursed tomb? Dylan, how many curses do you have? Dylan laughed nervously. I kinda have, all of them. All of them? I'll accept the curse of the heart. I'm fine. Dylan! You could have been killed! But I guess that means the only one you'll sense is the heart, so... What about the promise? Oh yes, I remember. I thought it was a dream. I'm glad that you chose to accept it, but I want you to feel free to do what you want. You don't have to be tethered to me anymore. You can live your own life. Dawn turned and gave him a bittersweet smile. Before Dylan was able to answer, they found the tear they had entered from. Dawn went first. She was gone a moment when he heard a scream. Dylan charged out of Polaris and straight into a swarm of military regiments. And they had captured Dawn.